Hello viewers, welcome to Science TV, 1 p.m. news. I am your host Catherine Govi and sign language interpreter. The voicing is Gideon Minor. On to our first news item. Raila Odinga was received with military honors at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA, on Thursday, October 16, 2025, landing around 9:30 a.m. President William Ruto, along with family members and other dignitaries, was present at the airport for the solemn reception. The body was then transported to the Lee Funeral Home. The National Funeral Committee, chaired by Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, confirmed that the public viewing at the Parliament building is scheduled to take place between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. The state funeral service will be held on Friday, October 17, at Nyayo National Stadium, commencing at 8 a.m. Following the service, the cortege will proceed to the family home in Karen for an overnight vigil. The final journey will begin on Saturday, October 18th, with the body being flown to Kisumu for a public viewing at Moi Stadium, scheduled for 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. according to official schedules. The procession will then travel to Bondo for a final overnight vigil ahead of the burial on Sunday, October 19. On other news, grieving Kenyans have gathered in massive numbers outside the Parliament building today, lining up to pay their last respect to the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. The queuing for the public viewing was quickly grown with citizens carrying placards and tree branches, traditionally recognized symbol of grief and respect. The viewing is part of the official state funeral program following the arrival of Mr. Odinga's body earlier this morning. On other news, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has officially declared Friday, October 17, as a day of national mourning in honor of the late Prime Minister Raila Odinga, according to a Gazette notice released today. The country has been rocked by the passing of Raila Amolo Odinga, who died on Wednesday, October 15, 2025, at the age of 80 while recuperating in India. His demise has sparked widespread grief, with mourners congregating across the nation amid concerns for the future of the country's political direction. The National Funeral Committee on the state funeral of the late Mr. Odinga has confirmed that the former Prime Minister will be buried on Sunday, October 19, in accordance with his family wishes. On our next news, Senator Oburu Odinga has been appointed the acting leader of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM party, following the death of his younger brother and long-term party chief, Raila Odinga. Mr. Odinga, the political party influential leader, passed away on Wednesday in the India city of Kochi, where he had been receiving treatment for an undisclosed illness. The decision to appoint Senator Odinga was reached anonymously during a National Executive Committee meeting held on Thursday morning. Senator Odinga will assume the leadership role temporarily until the committee convenes again to determine the party's way forward. On other news, details have emerged regarding the frantic last-minute effort by doctors at Devamatha Hospital in Kerala to save former Prime Minister Raila Odinga after he suffered a sudden collapse on Wednesday morning. According to a detailed medical account provided by Dr. Sister Fons, a cardiologist at the hospital, Mr. Odinga was rushed to the emergency wing at 8:20 a.m. India time, approximately 5:50 a.m. EAT. The political leader had collapsed during his morning walk at the nearby Sradin Ayurvedic Eye Hospital and Research Center, where he had been receiving wellness treatment. Dr. Fons confirmed that the hospital medical team immediately took over resuscitation efforts. Despite the intensive effort, the former Prime Minister had no pulse or measurable blood pressure upon arrival, though he was moved to the intensive care unit ICU, where a heart rhythm was briefly detected. His condition remained critical.
His doctor and security were with him, and we continued CPR and did emergency intubation, that is putting a tube in the respiratory system, trachea, and continued CPR along with other resuscitative measures. Initially, there was no pulse or BP recordable, even palpation-wise. In ICU, after some time, we could get some rhythm. On the monitor, it showed ST elevation in the ECG leads, in the anterior leads, plus we could see regional wall motion abnormalities, that is reduced movement of one artery territory, that is LAD territory. There was hypokinesia. This means there is less movement in that area. So after stabilizing him with some IV fluid and all, we just give him an injection, that is injection reticulates, for dissolving the clot if it is there in the coronary arteries. And we could see him with a significant edema of the right lower limb. In spite of our very sincere, very continued CPR and other measures, we couldn't make him survive. So we are very sorry to inform that he is no more with us. He was a diabetic, hypertensive, chronic kidney disease patient. He had right lower limb DVT, for which he was put on IVC filter. And recently he had a thin subdural hematoma. Last Saturday when it was done, that was almost very thin.
We'll take a short commercial break and then we'll continue with sports news.